How do you explain the reasoning of someone who's mentally ill? But it had not occurred to him to kill his mother. It had occurred to him to kill himself. And that's much more common with schizophrenics. Schizophrenics are rarely violent towards other people, but they're frequently do harm to themselves. And the thought apparently occurred to Jim to kill his mother. And he couldn't get loose of the thought. And as far as I can tell, she was dead in 48 hours. And he was convicted of second-degree murder, no jury. And the judge knew what the situation was. And he knew that Jim was not responsible for his actions, knew Jim was insane. 6 psychiatrists testified to that effect during the trial, 5 of them for the prosecution. He knew that Jim didn't have the ability to premeditate his crime. So he gave him a 16-year to life sentence for second-degree murder. It's just not a horrible sentence, really. But, of course, Jim just stayed in. Really, what should have happened is he should have been diverted from the criminal justice system into private mental care, because here was somebody who could actually afford private mental care and be taken care of in the most comfortable and the best ways. But you know, the funny thing, Eric, it's just astonishing to me going through all of this stuff. Jim was the beneficiary of so little compassion and understanding. I get it. I mean, the crime was so horrifying, and it came out of the blue because he'd been so successful at concealing his illness. But really, nobody ever stood back and said, wait a minute, what's going on here? How did this happen? Where did this come from? That's the truth. And nobody did that. I guess Jay Osmond was there, you know, to like just show some sympathy, but that was it. I mean, and the mechanism of our society, you know, the legal world and the medical world, they totally failed Jim. Totally. Nobody gave him any breaks. And it completely ruined his reputation. I mean, that's a stupid thing to say. It sounds stupid, but really, this was one of the greatest drummers in rock whose list of credits is unparalleled. And he's been robbed of that reputation by his crime. I'll give you an example. Rolling Stone, that paragon of journalistic excellence, has a list of rock's greatest drummers out there on the internet. And Jim is number 59. Number 58 is Sheila E. Okay? I like Glamorous Life, although I think that's mostly Prince on drums, but she does not rate above Jim Gordon as a drummer. He's a pariah, and as such, he's been robbed of his just accomplishments.